Example 3, still in section 3 notes, lesson 3 notes, solutions and graphs of equations. Example 3 says, let's grab our highlighter. To get snacks for a class trip, Claire went to the bulk section of the grocery store where she could buy any quantity of a product and the prices are usually good. Claire purchased some salted almonds at $6 a pound and some dried figs at $9 per pound. She spent $75 before tax. So take a moment to pause the video and copy this problem down and annotate and highlight some important information. Part A says, if she bought 2 pounds of almonds, how many figs did she buy? So if she bought 2 pounds of almonds, almonds cost $6, so 2 times 6, and that's going to give us $12. So I'm going to reason this out without doing an equation yet. Just kind of observe a pattern here. So if she spent $12 on almonds, how many dollars did she spend on figs? Well, then we might go 75 minus 12, and that's going to give us $63. That's how much she spent on figs, but we need to figure out how many pounds she bought. Well, figs are $9 per pound. So then you might go 63 divided by 9, and that's going to give you 7 pounds. So you can reason out that question by showing your thinking without writing an equation and solving, but we want to observe these patterns and build up to writing an equation. Part B, if she bought 1 pound of figs, how many pounds of almonds did she buy? Well, 1 pound of figs cost $9, so she spent $9 on figs. So then let's figure out how much she spent on almonds. So she spent this much on almonds. And almonds cost $6 a pound. So we might do 64 divided by 6. And we're going to realize that she bought about 10.6 repeating, which is 10 2/3 pounds of almonds. Because you don't have to buy a perfect whole number amount of pounds, especially in the stores where they have scales. So it's a reasonable answer here to have a decimal or fraction value of pounds. All right, so part C says write an equation that describes the relationship between pounds of figs and pounds of almonds that Claire bought and the dollar amount that she paid. Be sure to specify what the variables represent. That's something that we really need to do every time. So if I'm going to do figs and almonds, I'll do F and A. All right, so F being pounds of figs and A being pounds of almonds. So what was I doing every time with the cost and the pounds? I was multiplying them. 2 pounds of almonds at $6 a pound. 1 pound of figs at $9 a pound. So that's where those coefficients are going to come into play in our equation. So almonds are $6 a pound, so that would be 6A. And then figs are $9 a pound, so that would be 6 times F. And then we add that cost to get the total, 75. So kind of seeing how we can use the numbers to reason out the answers can help us write the equation. All right, part D, we've got this really fancy graph. So you can sketch it in your notes. It doesn't have to be as detailed as the one you see here, but we want to have information in our notes about reading information off a graph. So draw enough information on this graph so that you can go back and see how we did this. Okay, it says Choose any point on the line and state what it tells us. Okay, so let's go with C. So remember, we always write our x-coordinate and then our y-coordinate. So point C is the x value, probably 6.5, and the y value 4. So now we want to make context out of this. So here we've got this graph that represents almonds and pounds. Okay, so we've got almonds and pounds, so there is a relationship between this equation and this graph. And what do these almonds and figs always equal? $75. So this must mean that if she buys 6.5 pounds of almonds, I'm going to put A for almonds, and 4 pounds of figs, she'll spend $75 exactly, because it's on that line that represents the solutions to this equation. The second one says choose a point that's not on the line and explain what that tells us. So we've got this point here, and that ordered pair is 1, 1. So 1 pound of almonds and 1 pound of figs will not cost $75. So just understanding that the entire part of this, if it's on this line, represents all the pieces here. So mentioning that it's pounds of almonds and pounds of figs and totaling a cost. So always including the cost in your explanation.